Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today, we're finishing up our look at the Transformers Studios series, Bumblebee the movie figures. We've already looked at Ratchet and Wheeljack, and we're now taking a look at Brawn, which I think was numerically should have come first, but, you know, it happens. And I have to tell you, I think I did good going in this order because Brawn has ended up being the best figure of the wave for me. I really like it. You know, with starting at Ratchet and ending with Brawn, the joints have gotten progressively tighter. I think the transformation is quite refined. And it's just fun. Now, I do want to mention, I have heard from other people who've gotten the figures in hand. I got these from Amazon.com, but they are showing up at brick and mortar retail. That Brawn has ended up with loose joints, so I think your mileage may vary. And one thing I also, and you know, before we get too far ahead, I mean, this is like a little rolling vehicle mode. I want to bring something in, and this is another figure I just got recently. This is Battle Robo from the Machine Robo Revenge of Kronos line. You might know this toy better as an updated version of the GoBots Renegade tank figure. And just a few things I kind of have noticed with it. First of all, the transformations are very similar, especially with how the sides close up and where the legs and feet go. But, I mean, if you notice, you have a turret here, turret there, front guns, and if I were to, I'll show you in a second, but you can flip out that piece there and have the front drill. So yeah, and it's like how everything compacts. They're relatively small figures. Obviously, this one is about double the cost of Brawn, and you know it shows. You know, there'll be a review at a later point in time, but while we're in vehicle mode, I want to talk about the weapon storage, because I've noticed that with some of the early sample reviews. I don't remember seeing any of this, but there's been questions about how to store the drill bit if you don't want to have it sticking out. And while, yes, this does look like Ratchet's rifle, there are some extra nubbins and ports that are exclusive to this. And this is actually how you can connect that drill bit there and store it when you don't want to use it. And then, of course, have the gun attach up here. And I'll show you in robot mode, but there's also weapon storage. You, of course, can also plug it in there. But for the vehicle, as we all know, there's this little section here that can rotate out. And, you know, there you have that little drill type of bit. And, of course, as you can see underneath, there is no way to flip it up. So, yeah, even with that attached, you get a pretty cool looking futuristic vehicle. And I'm quite happy with it. So we're going to pause right now, and I'll come back and get into the transformation. Okay, to facilitate the transformation, I've gone ahead and removed the weapons and flipped that panel back up underneath. The first step you want to do is come into the front here, and you're going to have to do, it's two steps, but you're going to have to do them at the same time. And that's pull out on this green panel while sort of angling down, inward and down, because this is the leg, and it pegs into the wheel there, but there's a tab right there that goes into a slot. And when going back, you just got to angle it up and in to do it. So just like that, and, you know, give it a little room, and this will all fold out. And I guess at this point you can rotate that out forward, so you can start forming the torso. Angle the legs out a little just to give yourself some space. Now this yellow section, which will become the foot, you want to unpeg from that shin piece and then rotate this whole section around. That'll close up. Rotate the leg at the knee. And repeat on this other side. And there you go. And now you would think with all that transformation, you would lose some ankle articulation. Nope, you still have the ankle pivot, which I think is really cool. Coming around to the back of the figure and underneath, we're going to do the arms now. They tuck in and are supposed to peg in. There's a peg right there by my finger. I know it's clear plastic. I'm not sure you can see it. and there's this hole in the forearm. I think it pegs in, but it kind of stays. So you're going to pull that out, and then straighten the arm out, and then make sure to rotate out on that armpit joint right there. So just repeat again. Rotate out. Again, not too difficult. Not too difficult at all. And I guess while you're here, we can go ahead and rotate that front section in so it'll just tuck in. And now what you want to do is rotate the arms down so that the armpit joint, the ball joint there, is facing inward and down, and the fists are facing properly forward towards you. And then come up underneath and push the head up into place. And it will snap. Make sure it snaps into place, because it can actually sit there without snapping in. But that helps secure it in robot mode, and it'll pop up a little more. And then just go ahead, fold up this panel, and it will close up nice and neat. And there you have Brawn. Oh, God, in its robot mode. And I just love this robot mode. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how this robot mode gets reused. And, like, what are they going to repaint it into, remold it, because that transformation was satisfying. It had some really cool parts, especially with the legs. And I just love how this figure looks. I mean, look at that head. That's like a mini juggernaut type of head there going on. Just, oh, really cool. Really fun. Now, bringing in the weapon. Of course, it can hold, but as I mentioned, there is weapon storage. So going back to that peg that was right back around there, you can just, using that side port, there you go. Now I like to leave the drill bit on because it looks like an overslung mortar launcher for the rifle. But if not, you don't like that look, yes, it can just pour it on like that, have it straight down so it's out of the way. So you do have a lot of options there. But like I said, I like keeping it on. It gives it a nice, clean look. You do have the double jointed elbows, waist swivel, nice knee bend, ball jointed, it's universal hips. So, and of course we did mention the ankle pivot, so a lot going on there with Brawn. Really dig the figure. So what we'll do right now is we'll pause and we'll come back with my final thoughts. Like I've said, I think Brawn is the best figure of the wave. If you're looking for a more complicated and involved transformation, you might want to go with Ratchet. Not to say that it's difficult, but it is more involved than Brawn. Although Brawn does also feature some of those fancier involved transformation steps, like in the leg. There's that moment, you know. I don't know if you guys really know what I'm talking about, where it's like, wow, you think it's something really cool. So Brawn does have that. And also, as I mentioned in the beginning, some people are finding their Brawns to be very loose in the arm and hip joints. I haven't, so, you know, maybe I'm a little biased in that regard, but really cool figure. Again, it's amazing what Hasbro has done, taking a CGI robot model that never had a vehicle mode and working something in while maintaining the spirit of that robot mode very well. Again, as I said at the beginning, I got this from Amazon, but it is showing up at retailers such as commandstore.com, brick and mortar. So they're out there. You just might have to look. It's still a little early to reach that saturation point, but I think it'll happen sooner than later. With that being said, this is your old pal Chuck. Please check out my Patreon if you get a chance. Like, comment, and subscribe. That'll always help tell YouTube my channel is cool and people like it, and will keep you informed when I have new videos coming out. I do a lot of fun stuff on my channel that may not be for everyone's cup of tea, meaning it doesn't get out to the mainstream toy sites, but we have a good time. That's all. That's it for Brawn. We will see you next time.